Pokemon and creatures. All Pokemon creatures and their moves are assigned to certain types. Each type has several strengths and weaknesses in both attack and defense. In battle, you should use Pokemon and moves that have a type advantage over your opponent. Doing so will cause more damage than normal. A single type advantage, for instance, a water attack against a ground type Pokemon, will let you double normal damage. The advantages also stack up, so a double type advantage, for instance, water type against the ground and rock Pokemon, will net you quadruple damage. In both these cases, we'll see the message it's super effective in game after the attack. Also, I love water types, so I like that they use the water type. I'm pretty sure you know what my first favorite type is right now. But conversely, a single and double type disadvantage will inflict half and a quarter normal damage respectively. Here we will see the message is not very effective in game. Another advantage is that you can game is that same type of attack bonus. Stab them all! As the name implies, this increases the power of the move if the attacking Pokemon has the type that has the same I can't read today. Has the same type as move used, for example, a fire type Pokemon using a fire type move. In this case, the damage is 1.5 times normal. Again, this added to any other advantages. So, water type Pokemon, using a water type move against a ground rock type Pokemon will bag you 6 times normal damage. Alright, so here we go. Top 10. My least favorite. Top 3. Top 3 because I really want to make the video short since last recording. I only did like top 3 and it was still actually like 19 minutes. So top 3 of my least and most favorite Pokemon. So we'll get into our least favorite Pokemon first. Number 3, my third least favorite Pokemon is Pokemon type is Poison. Because it has sucky stat averages and because of its defense pros and cons, which are actually pretty good, except not as good as Steel, and it has no effect on Steel. So basically, that's all the reason. Anyway, on to our. Actually, I had like this whole thing planned out, and I literally forgot. Oh yes, no, it was because they have sucky stat averages, except for their HP, which is ranked number 3. You see there, I can prove it to you because it's right there. And they have 2 stat averages, ranked number 18. Also, they're immune to Ghost though, and they have no effect on Ghost too. And they are not super effective on anything, and they don't have any resistances. All right. Also, they're paired up with a lot of flying type Pokemon. Like the only 2 pure flying type Pokemon are Tornadus. And Tornadus' incarnate form. So, is it Therian? Yeah, Therian form. Anyway, yeah, normal type. And boom, Fairy. That is my least favorite type. I hate it because that sucky stat averages. Even its HP is bad. And I want to know why its attack is ranked 18. I mentioned that in a previous recording. Where if a fairy would throw its magic wand at your head, it would break as soon as it touched your cheek. Because it's that fragile. I mean, I can understand the thing that fairies are pretty effective on fighting because what good is your martial arts? I mean, I can understand that. I can easily just grab a fairy and rip it in half, which you probably don't want to put that image in your head, but I just put it in. It's actually, yeah, but the reason fairy is super effective on fighting is because what good are your martial arts skills if a fairy could just cast a spell on you and make you punch yourself? Same thing goes with psychic, but who cares? I hate fairy. Anyway, now let's go into my favorite types. Alright, third favorite type, Steel. Mostly because of its defense. And I would definitely pair this up with the Dragon type. Also, because of its resistance. Although 3 out of its I said 3 out of its like a billion times. 3 out of its 6 stat averages are really good, and then 3 out of its 6 stat averages kind of suck. I wouldn't say they suck completely, but its lowest stat averages its lowest stat average is its speed rank 16. It was actually the 17th type to be introduced, so I hate that. Anyway, yeah, that's Steel for you. Probably going to mention Steel as one of the most powerful types in a different video I'm going to make called Top 10 Worst and Best Pokemon Types. Not based by opinion, but by like actual facts. Anyway, the next one I'm going to do is Ice. You might think I'm weird for liking Ice because it only has like 1 resistance, but keep in mind that Normal has no resistance. Plus, you shouldn't think I'm weird just because I like Ice. Anyway, I don't mind its resistance to Sting, mostly because of its good stats. And there's a lot of unique Ice-type Pokemon. It's also the rarest to find. So, yeah, that's why I like it. But there's also another reason why I like it. It's basically the counterpart type of this type. I'm pretty sure you already figured that out at like the beginning of the video, but this is my favorite Pokemon type for you. Mostly because the only starters I actually chose were Prinplup and Mudkip, and I just love water itself because it only has like 2 things that are super effective against it. I mean, sure. Electric has like electric normal and probably something else. Yeah, probably something else. I don't know. They only have 1 thing that are super effective against it, and if electric type Pokemon has Levitate, e.g. Electros, then ground isn't effective on it. It has no reset. But sure, it's good. It's good. I like water. And it's also because of its stat averages, pretty good. I won't say they suck. And also, it's a starter type, and my only starters that I actually chose, my favorite starters are water type starters. Plus, as of Generation 6, water has been paired with every other type. Now, you might think, hey, water has been paired with everything. No, you're wrong. Because Generation 6 was when the fairy type was introduced. So it was probably like introduced paired with every type in Generation 5 too. But when Generation 6 came along, water also had to be like paired with fairy in order to be paired with every other type. Same goes for flying. As of Generation 6, the type has also been paired with every other type. There's only 2 single type flying type Pokemon. Didn't I just mention that? Yeah. Did. 111 dual type Pokemon. 26 flying. Wait, only 26? Where they had more? Yeah. Tornadus Therian form and Tornadus Incarnate form. So, yeah, well, there you have it. Flying type was not included in this. The next video, you know what I'm going to do. Yeah, because I just told you.